What happens to all the memories, feelings, thoughts and actions when you die? Everything you did on this world, when you die, will be forgotten and will not have a direct impact on future generations. A clear example is the parents of our parents, and further back, we don't even know their names or what contribution they had in this world, and to this day, everything they came to do at the time has simply been forgotten. All their hopes, motivations, traces, etc. It is simply as if they never existed, and it eats my head just to think about that in 100 years I will be exactly the same, and all the sacrifices, efforts, work, etc. it has been worth nothing, just to give myself a fairly decent life. And so I asked myself the following question: why try to do the right thing? Unless it is born there out of pure moral character, what is the point? No one is actually watching or caring for us, nor judging us. Living on a day-to-day basis and spending most of your life stuck in a job so that when you're old and useless, they'll get rid of you for you to just wait for death. A lot of people just live from day to day as if they were programmed and do not think about these facts, but this is a reality that I will never assimilate nor accept, because for me, life is something too huge and it is only one, and having to live or controlled by a system is simply unfair. And at my young age I am already tired of the monotony of life, of the cycle of life, having enough rational thought to understand that I will die, and knowing it. And it is not the fact of only dying, but dying having lived a life controlled by a system, and not free as it should be. I think about it every day and it consumes my head, having to understand it. I am not happy because I am not ignorant, and I am very clear about where my life is going, and there is nothing I can do about it. And to think that what we do every day is, without realizing it, just prolonging our inevitable death, on which we don't even do it in the best way, since we are modern slaves to a system that controls our time and is only interested in producing at our expense. And when you are at a certain age and you're of no use to them, they withdraw you, and then the rest of your life is almost yours. But what for now? It's too late by then, and it pisses me off because we can't do anything about it. In this text I do not express even a third of what goes through my mind, because it is something too enormous, but I am tired and frustrated with life. I try to ignore it every day and I just can't. It is impossible for me. I will never understand how other people can do it, but I cannot ignore these facts, and that the time waits for no one and just keeps moving forward and forward. I am currently sitting while writing this in a public place, and seeing people pass by, interact, live, exist, makes me very curious about all the things and thoughts that I mentioned before. They will all die at some point and be forgotten with time, and all its traces, breaths, actions, feelings and thoughts will never have existed. My head wants to explode every time I overthink about this over and over. I see elderly people walking with difficulty without having anything, although perhaps I am judging without knowing, but it is very obvious that they have lived all these years, and at this point in their lives they have nothing, so what was all the work and sacrifice for? I personally never want to reach that age and have nothing, and even if I have everything, if at this age I think so much about how every second that passes we are closer to death, I don't even want to imagine what I will think at a certain advanced age, knowing that every day I am closer and closer to not waking up again and leaving everything behind, and the fact of remembering my youth, and not having the same mobility and ability that I used to have, it will make fall more in depression, and I don't want to experience that. I could go on with this text and continue expressing myself, but I feel like I'm making myself a bull, and I'm not getting anywhere, but that's how I feel, and I don't have enough words to express it all. Thanks for reading. Armando Delgado.